Okay, how about a live stream? Why not, right? I got nothing better to do right now. Well, that's not true. I got lots of stuff to do. But we're going to do a live stream because I'm sitting here working on this Sherman, and that's a good enough reason. We're going to do a live stream because I'm sitting here let me mute me. Okay. Uh, um, so, where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? There I am. Up here in the clouds with these B-17s. Um, so I'm doing something really exciting. I'm painting the rubber road wheels on the Sherman, which isn't very exciting, but I figured, hey, why not share? Maybe I can impart some wisdom, or somebody will learn something, or maybe there's somebody out there so bored that they're gonna watch this fat old guy paint on plastic, right? So anyway, um, so let me switch frames here, and I'm actually gonna go straight to the workspace, and maybe you can see a little bit better. You're going to stream before a wedding. You're killing me, Smalls. Sorry. I was just down here painting, and I figured, hey, why not? Let's see here. So, what I have here is this Tamiya Easy 8 that I've been working on. I've already done the one side here. Well, the outside of the wheels. I haven't done the insides, as you can see, and we'll talk about that. But right now, I'm going to show you how I do the outsides and what I do. So first things first, I have taken the Tamiya black panel line accent color, or whatever it's called, yeah, and used it basically as a wash, just like this, around the edge of the wheels, just to kind of give it some fill before before I actually go in and paint it. So now that I've done that, it's probably not going to mix. So let me suck it off of here with the brush. So that's where we are there. But let's see. Yeah. So anyway, so let me get going here. So what do I got here? I got this old beat up brush that I've had forever. This is one of those. Do you have a favorite brush that you've had like forever? That you use for all kinds of things because it just works? Well, I do. Now let's talk about color. So this is NATO black that I'm using for the rubber on this. I either use this typically, or I use German gray. I never, well, I shouldn't say never, but I very, very, very rarely use black, straight black. And this is a little darker than the German gray. So I actually like the NATO black a little better, but I don't always have NATO black for some reason. And yes, I'm painting out of the bottle like I've said not to do in the past. So these top rollers, I'm just going to hit the edge of it real quick. And again, I'm not going to worry about getting right up next to the wheel, the steel wheel part, because I will just do that later with the wash. because that's just easier to do. And gotta go. Good luck with the stream. Hey, yeah, you could watch it during the wedding. I won't tell. Could you imagine? What are you doing? Oh, sorry, I'm watching a live stream because weddings are so fun. Weddings are fun if you're involved. They're not, you know, if you're like family or something. I don't know. I guess they're always fun. The reception's fun, right? The party's always fun. The rest of it, that whole time period when they're getting pictures and stuff taken, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. Where's the food? Okay, so you couldn't see that, but I just had this off camera so that I could try and get around these edges here, and it's, you know, it's kind of a tough thing to do. So I just really thinned the paint down and put it in there. Okay, so let's do these. So this is pretty easy. You just have to kind of find what works for you. I find that if I hold the brush here and I turn it away from me, that it's much easier for me to stay off of the rim. And this is the one that's glued. So this one actually won't spin. So I'm going to have to do this by hand, which sucks, but we'll do it. Sucks. That's interesting. So my friend Brad posted the other day. I posted something that was, you know, basically a thing saying Monday doesn't suck, your life doesn't suck, whatever. You know, just get on with it type of thing. And he's like, since when did the word suck become acceptable in a professional manner or whatever? And I'm like, you know, you got a good point there. I guess it came into fashion when we quit caring about what we look like and how we present ourselves and all of that stuff. Okay, see, I got up on the rim there a little bit. Don't worry about it. It is what it is, right? These axles on this thing are really wobbly. There's a lot of play in there. So do what you can. But as you can see, this goes really quick. Zoom, just like that. And then for the bottoms, or for the edges, I mean, since there's, let me see if I can just lay this down like this. Can I do that without, hang on. So what you can do here, as you can imagine, is you just load the brush and, whoop, go around and around, right? This one, I'm going to have to, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just painting the edge of this thing. Okay, close enough. All right, and again, this doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to weather it later, right? I mean, we've got our wash on and we've got our, we've done our dry brushing and our wash and stuff, and that's good. But we still have dust to do, and this thing, in my opinion, it came out a little dark. I should have made the OD a little lighter when I mixed it. But I've been thinking about it. It's like, it really looks. It would be really good. It would look really good as if it was wet. So I'm kind of thinking about glossing it and making it look like it's sitting out in a rainstorm or something, which might be really weird, but I don't know. Okay, so there we are. So we just went with that, just like that. Okay, so this other side I did before, like I said. So I'm just going to go back over here and do the same thing. Now that I can touch the other side of the wheel. So I'm just doing the same thing. All right. Now, obviously, that rumor about not being to brush to me acrylics is false. Because as you can see, I'm doing it. I keep seeing that I'm missing that. Am I missing that? Probably not. Later. I don't know, man. Would you rather go to a wedding or would you rather watch somebody build a model? Right. Today on Jerry Springer. Okay. As you may have noticed while I was doing that, I got a little sloppy on some of them. I'm not really worried about the inside wheels. Excuse me. The chances of somebody picking this up and looking at the bottom of it is very, 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 very slim. But what I will do is, at least on the front and the back one, is I will do the inside edge to make sure that it doesn't look funky. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, I'm gonna be okay. Bye. I'm going to my wife and the daughter are leaving for a picture thing, senior picture thing or something. And it looks like I actually got the rest of them pretty good anyway. Which is kind of funny, totally on accident. Okay, well that was easy. Alright, so are we dry enough over here that I can touch it? Can't touch this. Yeah, right. Let's see. I think we can probably do it. I'm going to move some of this paint over here onto my palette because I feel like it's starting to thicken up so that I can get some alcohol here. And we'll do this one. Whoop. Turning it the wrong way there, bozo. I just happened to get the side, so we're good. Okay, there we go. All right. So that one's good. Oh, look at that. One of the wheels fell off. It's all right. We can fix that. Now, you don't have to worry too much really about coverage, because this is rubber, right? It's supposed to be rubber, so it's not, if you get some variation in the shade or the hue or whatever, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't really matter. Oh, this is the one that doesn't turn. What a pain in the neck, huh? I'm good with it. I'm not gonna worry too much about that backside. Okay. There's that. Let me grab some glue here and we'll put this one back on. Put it over there. There we go. Now the only reason that I'm clamping that is to keep them parallel. That's the only reason. It's not about anything other than that. Okay. Clean my brush out here. At least somewhat. So I'm going to give that a couple of minutes, and then we'll then I'll go back and I'll go back with the panel line wash and do the edges of those uppers, you know, just kind of use it to fill in some places. So enough of that. Let's talk. Let's talk about some stuff. You want to talk about some stuff? Let's talk about some stuff. Okay. What did I Oh, we can do a mail call thing. So, as you may or may not be aware, kits are pretty expensive anymore. And I know that's relatives, but you know, when some things that should be relatively, well, again, relative, should be relatively inexpensive, start getting crazy, you know, you got to start thinking about saving some money here and there, right? So I was on Amazon one day buying something that I needed, and somehow ran across a Tamiya P47 Razorback shipped straight from Japan for $25 and change. Now, if you're familiar with those kits, the Razorbacks are not as easy to come by as the bubble tops or even the M's. But so I bought it, knowing full well that it was ground shipment or whatever, you know, ground/air/ we'll get it to you when we can, from Japan. And honestly, I've done this before and didn't get the kit because apparently it was out of stock or whatever. And but I've never really had an issue. I've never had an issue getting a refund or whatever. And I don't need it, so it's fine, you know. It's just that I only have one Razorback left in the stash. So I'm always looking for Razorbacks because I got lots of bubble tops and lots of M's. Anyway, so I ordered it. I ordered it on September 24th. They shipped it on the 25th. I got it on October 17th. So it wasn't a month. It was like 3 weeks. Which is, again, fine with me. And so, however, the whole point of this is this is kind of a here's what you should expect video, right? So it was shipped in brown paper. So the kit was wrapped in bubble wrap, and then it was wrapped in brown paper with a fragile thing on it. I've already unwrapped it, so I don't have it. So let me grab this. So here's what I want to show you. Is one, there's no cellophane because it's not from a U.S. distributor. Believe it or not, as far as I'm aware, most of the world, they don't wrap these things in cellophane because if you like steal something out of it, they'll cut your hands off or something. So the box is a little malformed. Okay, so it's obviously concave here and it's concave here. All right, nothing in the box is damaged. So what I'm telling you is, if you want to save, okay, pay 20, call it $26. And these are typically, I think they're about $42 right now. So what that's $15. You know, that's significant. You know, saving $15 on a $40 purchase, that's pretty significant. That's what, 40%? That's 40%. Hey, that's a Hobby Lobby price, right? So what I would say is, if this doesn't bother you, and I've gotten other stuff from overseas that was in a padded envelope or whatever, and the package. I mean, I've gotten stuff from Australia, for instance, that again, it was shipped in a bubble envelope, and the box showed quote unquote damage like this, if you want to call it damage, whatever you want to call it. But the contents are absolutely fine. And if that doesn't bother you, I would encourage you to go for it. I mean, I've had very... Have I had any issue? I mean, that one kit I didn't get, but they refunded me, no problem. They said something about tsunami or something. I don't remember. I think that's about it. I bought a lot of stuff over the years from eBay and various people, and I've only had one instance where I feel like I got screwed. And it wasn't a big deal. I fixed it. I bought an HO locomotive, and it's great and it runs fine, and I got it and I set it on the track and it would power up but it wouldn't move. So I got into the... Long story short, the drive gear was slipping on the motor shaft. So I just peened it and it was fine. But, the description says it works fine. Works perfectly fine. Well, it didn't. It didn't. It wasn't hard to fix, but it didn't work perfectly fine. All right, let me take my clamp off now. Are we good? We're good. That one, of course, is glued solid now. Okay. So, let me switch back and let's talk about this thing a little bit. And let me put this on here. Okay. Now, as you can probably tell, well, maybe you can tell, maybe not. This thing is really dark. However, the wash and the dry brushing and whatnot, and you can't really tell under the bench lighting because the bench lighting is so harsh. It came out really good. I like it. I'm happy with it. Now you can see a little bit of the color variation here at this angle, and that's not as stark as it looks there. But the modulation on the top of the turret is really, really nice. I like it. Holy cow! Look. The vision port guard's snapped off. Where is it? Oh, are you kidding me? That sucks. Majorly. Wow, I hate it when I do that. Mom, Timmy broke my model. Ugh. Wow, what am I going to do about that? I don't even see it here at all. So it could be anywhere. Well, that totally sucks. Totally. There's a gun sight for the 109. Okay. Well, that stinks. But I have a plan. I know what I'll do. I'm just going to make those attachment points rusty and say it got knocked off somehow or something. Somehow it got torn off. Right? Why not? That'll work. So anyway, we're kind of at that point where I have to deal with the tracks. And I have to figure out, what am I going to do with this dark, what I consider to be a dark paint job. Like I said, it almost looks like the tone looks like if it was sitting in a rainstorm. So Yeah, I don't know what I do with that. I'll figure something out. Man, I'm kind of bummed about that vision port guard now. The problem with stuff like that is if you let it, it will take the wind out of your sails. Like right now, just boom, dead stop. So you have to just not get too discouraged, and you have to move on. It's really easy to get discouraged about stuff like that, but you can't let it. So I'm not going to. I'll figure something out, some way to make it kosher somehow. So hey, that's it for this episode of What Is This Fool Doing? And I guess we'll see you next time. Take care of the people you love. Bye now.